So this isn't the video that I planned on making today. I don't know, I might still make another one. I'm actually filming this at about 1 a.m. my time right now because going through my emails, I found something very interesting. And as the title of this video suggests, you might be able to take a guess at what it is, but Nintendo is coming after me, RGT85. So I kind of want to talk about what's going on and why it's just a really bizarre situation and just sort of clarify some behind the scene things. So before we get into that, let me make something clear. I've talked about this before in a video on the channel, but I do not work directly with Nintendo, and that might surprise a lot of people, but I'm not a Nintendo brand ambassador. I don't get free stuff from Nintendo. I don't get free Switches. I don't get free Switch games. I don't get anything from them. And a lot of people think that I do, but that's not the case because I don't really want to be a Nintendo brand ambassador. There's certain things you have to do and can't do and whatnot. And no disrespect to anyone that is a Nintendo brand ambassador, but I talked about this in my video about working with Nintendo and sort of why I don't do it, because I just like to have my own freedom and I like to be able to do whatever I want and not worry about something like possibly offending them or making somebody mad and cutting off business relationships. Now, no disrespect to anyone who is a Nintendo brand ambassador. Obviously, I am friends with a lot of them, but it's just not for me. So, you know, that's just sort of how that is. But yeah, so Nintendo's coming after me on a very interesting situation. This actually just popped up in my email. It goes to an email account that I don't really check all that much, but obviously I need to because this is the same email that Target emailed about my X-Men Arcade 1-Up cabinet. And I was checking through that email tonight, laying in bed, and I saw this and I was like, what the hell is this? Are you out of your freaking minds? What is wrong with you? Up on the screen now, I have a basic sort of thing for what this is all about, and I'll explain it more. I don't want to put names and all sorts of weird stuff out there, but basically it says, hello, we have received the copyright infringement notification below regarding your video. We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or a similar exception to copyright protection. We are writing to let you know that we do not plan on removing your videos at this time. You have control over the availability of videos on your channel, including the ability to delete them if you choose. And then it gives a link and we'll talk about what that link is. Please be advised that it's possible the copyright owner will approach you directly to request removal or take other action. This email is not intended as legal advice. And then scrolling on down, there is the emails itself and what it is pertaining to. Now, this is not just a one-off thing. Unfortunately, there are names on here and stuff like that, so I can't really show it, but this is something that's actually been going on for, it looks like a couple of weeks now. Let me see here to be exact. It looks like this was actually made on October 8th. Now, obviously on October 8th, two things came out that we are all very well aware of for the Nintendo Switch. You had the Nintendo Switch OLED model and you had Metroid Dread. Now, going to Metroid Dread, I obviously got an early copy of the game, and when you get a game from a company, there's something called an embargo, and this embargo seems to extend sort of beyond even if a company gives it to you directly, because it basically gives them grounds on being able to say, hey, you can't upload this because it breaks our embargo. So take for instance a game like the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Remastered. That game comes out on November 11th. The embargo for that game could be November 9th. So if you get an early copy of the game and you put it up some gameplay footage on the 7th or the 8th, Rockstar is well within their rights to go and copyright claim that video because you're not supposed to have that yet and it's breaking the embargo. Now with Metroid Dread, I did manage to get an early copy of that game and I played it a bunch and I did my review on it. My review did not go up before the embargo was up. It actually released several hours, I think like 7 hours later than when the embargo was up is when I put my video up. You have my gameplay footage of the game and you have basically just me playing and talking about the game. Well, this is the video that Nintendo is upset about because I don't really know why. Maybe because it was an early copy of the game, even though it did not break embargo rules, because with embargoes, that's why you see a bunch of videos pop up at the same time on a certain subject. You know, if a game is coming out and it has an embargo of, let's say, Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. That's why at Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, you'll see like 5 or 6 videos in your YouTube subscription feed about that single thing. So remember, I did not break the embargo with this game. I uploaded my footage well beyond it. So shout outs to YouTube for, I guess, understanding that, and I guess realizing the situation, because I mean, I have Metroid Dread. I have multiple copies of Metroid Dread. This is the collector's edition because it's big and it's sitting on my floor, so I know where it is. But I don't understand why this is such a problematic thing, to the point of where they've been going at this with YouTube for weeks and weeks and weeks, saying that I infringed on their copyright when I simply got an early copy of a game and reviewed the game, which is weird because when I think about it, something else came out on October 8th as well, didn't it? Of course, the Nintendo Switch OLED model. Now, I seem to recall a lot of people, even people I know, get their hands on a Nintendo Switch OLED weeks before the embargo was up on it, weeks before any website publications could actually publish their reviews, their written reviews for the Nintendo Switch OLED model. And everyone went to YouTube with their overpriced Switch OLEDs because they had to pay scalpers for them, because they probably got them from some weird sort of website or something. I mean, hell, I tried to get one. Don't think I didn't, but it just wouldn't come to me in time. So I decided to just save my money. But you know, these people got these systems early. They made videos on these systems, and did Nintendo go after any of them? No. And I could say that with absolute certainty because I am friends with a lot of people who put up early Nintendo Switch OLED videos, and I don't care about that. Like, that's cool. You got the product early. You obviously made a video on it. There were teardowns for the Nintendo Switch OLED up before the system review embargo was up before this system was available on retail websites and in stores, and before it shipped out to consumers. Yet that was fine. Nobody said anything to those people. Nintendo didn't go after those people multiple times, might I add, because there are multiple emails on here. But for some reason, because I got a copy of Metroid Dread 2 days early before it came out, but before you could do the review embargo, I'm a target now, to the point of where you're constantly trying to battle with YouTube to get the video taken down. So now the question is, well, what happens next? And I guess I don't really have an answer for that, because obviously YouTube has my back. They've had my back on this situation since October 8th, when Nintendo initially made a claim. So much, in fact, that I wasn't even notified about this situation until I received an email on the 1st, which I read on the 2nd late at night, which is why we're making this video at 1 in the morning. But I don't know, like I might just take the video down if this video manages to do well, because any sort of lost income that video would get me in the future would be supplemented by this and would more than make up for it. But I don't know, man, just stuff like this just kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and it's just not good optics. Like, I don't understand why the Switch OLED wasn't a big deal, but for some reason Metroid Dread was, even though people who got the Switch OLED obviously broke the street date on it. Obviously they broke the review embargoes for it, and I didn't break any embargoes. I managed to get the game early. I played the game. I enjoyed the game. I talked very highly of the game, and I still love the game. I mean, hell, I've got my collector's edition here. I obviously spent some good money on this game, but yeah, just a weird situation. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I guess if this is the last email I hear about it, then I'll just, you know, let it go and see what happens. But if I hear from him again about this, then I guess I'll just take the video down just to get him to shut up and leave me alone. I guess they're watching me now. I always feel like Nintendo's watching me and I have no privacy. Oh, so I don't know, just a bizarre situation, something that I didn't expect to be in, but hey, we're in it, so let's talk about it. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. This isn't a bashing of Nintendo or anything like that. I'm still gonna cover Nintendo stuff on the channel. I'm still gonna do reviews for their games and stuff, but I don't know, I guess they're watching. So hi, you better be subscribed to the channel, Nintendo. Like, for hell, you know, what the hell, man? You better be subscribed. You leave a comment. say, hey, nice job, RGT. You know, thanks for spending your hard-earned money on our product while we give our product away to tons of YouTube channels, and you're probably a little bit more deserving than they are, but hey, who am I to decide that, right? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, like and share the video as well, because I'm sure this is a very interesting story for a lot of people. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later!